Hi folks, it's Jay. I discovered a garden on a corner lot that is welcoming and private at the same time. And Vicki the gardener revealed the secret of her magic shovel. She turned her hell strip into a heaven strip and cultivated extensive mixed border and creative container plantings. Located in Cheektowaga, New York, this garden was featured on Open Gardens. The gardener agreed to let me join her for a walk in her garden. And the first thing I noticed is this vibrant mixed border, which is quite established. But on the other side, this is another area that you just started last year, right?
Well, 3 years worth is planted. This is the final section, and I'll be doing that this year.
Yeah, so people usually call this as the hell strip
Yes.
in the city, but I say this is a heaven strip.
And it really is, yes.
Yeah,
I like the idea.
Yeah, so let's take a look at this area first. So you have a lot of daylily and poppies.
Poppies.
What else with
These are calendula. They close up when the sun is going down. So right now they're closed. They are an annual, but they call them the annual perennial because they reseed just like the poppies.
Self-seeding
Yes.
annual.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. You have such good space that you can do mass planting and let them self-seed. And what are those with the purple flower?
That is Verbena bonariensis, or I just like to call it tall verbena.
It's an annual?
It is an annual, but it reseeds. Normally, the plant does not come back. It's a zone 9, but some of these have. I think because of all the snow we had in the winter, it had protection.
Yeah.
And it also has reseeded, and you see a lot of green stuff that is going to be torn out because it's too much of verbena.
Yeah. Yeah, look at the display of the daylily. Yeah, do you have a daylily problem?
Apparently.
Yeah, but they're just so lovely. They're so addictive.
I know. I never used to like them. I went on a bus trip with the Daylily Society to 3 daylily farms. I had no intention of buying any, and I came home with 6. And then my sister and I went to another daylily farm, and we ended up with a dozen, I think. And, it's grown from there.
They're lovely. Let's take a look at one of the corner next to the house. This is a kind of an unusual space. You used to have grass and it didn't grow very well.
No.
So the solution is you put on gravel and then do some planting on both sides. I mean, did you raise the ground a little bit?
I think they did a little bit, but they, did something here to keep it level and then dumped the stone behind there.
Something really special on the fence. In this kind of it's not a window box, but some kind of a
it's wrought iron
fence box.
Yes.
Yeah, and Vicki used lady's mantle in there with the lime green flower. It is a cold hardy perennial. Usually we use them in a bag. This is the first time I've seen them being used in a container.
And both of them are planted with perennials. I winter them in the garage so that I can in the spring just hang them back up again.
Yeah, because the lady's mantle, they have this naturally trailing.
Yes.
It's hard to keep them in shape in the bag, but this is such a good idea.
Yeah.
Vicki just pointed out this is a type of Ligillaria, just started blooming. It's lovely. She said this is the
rocket.
The rocket Ligillaria. Let's take a look at the bed in front of the house. I have been here before. I know you have more than a few peonies.
I do.
And they're lovely.
Thank
you.
And
they give a show in early summer.
Early in the spring,
Then they kind of stay in the background.
Yes.
In the early summer, you don't have a lot of things going on.
Right.
And they are particularly showy, and some of them are fragrant too.
Yes.
It's just so rewarding.
So some of these are tree peonies, and I also have some herbaceous ones.
Yeah, and the thing with peonies, take time for them to get established.
Yes.
But they get better with age.
Yes.
Let's take a look at this very, very expensive border along the sidewalk. There's a baby bunny.
Yes, I have all different sizes in my yard, and as long as he eats the clover, I'm good.
Look at this display. So I envy your neighbor. they can walk by every day, and this is just so striking.
And the lilies have just opened, and they're very fragrant.
And let me try.
Sometimes you smell them before you even get to them.
Yes, they have this sweet, clean, very refreshing fragrance. You have cornflowers, phlox,
Yeah.
and this is a type of
It's
sunflower.
Heliopsis.
Heliopsis,
So they call it a false sunflower.
fall sunflower. And you have this is the queen of the prairie.
Yes, Philipendula.
Philipendula. And you have the climbing rose.
Yeah.
Let me try to adjust the camera a little bit. And, this is such an impressive mixed border, and it's a very good example because you can see you can use different color and different height and also different texture.
Yeah.
It's just, and they also, by doing this, you also get the benefit of a continuous
Yes.
blooming season. You have the Rose of Sharon
Yes.
with the gooseneck,
Yes.
right? Gooseneck, the
Yeah.
white flowering perennial at the base. Do they flower for a long time?
Pretty long time, yes.
Pretty long time.
I have them contained because they would just take over. So I
Yeah,
have
they tend to do
plastic
that.
edging on each side so it can't go too far.
Yeah, more of the cornflower and
Joe Pyeweed behind.
oh, Joe Pyeweed. I always get confused between the Joe Pyeweed and the queen of the
Oh,
Para, but once you see them side by side, they do have a very distinct difference
Yes.
on the flower.
Yes.
Yeah. This is a 9-bark with some of the Lucifer plant.
the clump has gotten huge this year.
Yeah, it's huge. What is this?
This is showy tick trefoil. It's a native plant. Unfortunately, the Japanese beetles have
yeah.
been
Attacking
enjoying it.
I know. Some of the daisy and with the clematis at the back. And what is this one with the yellow?
It's called Caria japonica. I haven't gotten around to pruning it, so it looks a little wild, but it has a big flush of these yellow flowers in the spring, and now there's just a few coming
I
out.
see. This is a vagilla,
Yes,
right? And this looks like a crab apple.
it is.
Crab apple.
It's a pygmy crab apple.
Okay, so it's a dwarfed one.
Yes.
Lovely.
Last year, my cottonwood tree dropped a huge branch on it, so it doesn't look too bad from this side, but the other side is kind of crushed.
This is a huge, huge false indigo, and they are a perennial, but you have to use them as a small shrub in your
Yes.
garden.
Yes.
They can get huge.
This one gets huge. And then the black-eyed Susans can't come up from underneath, so.
Yeah. Something really special. Every gardener has to have a very good shovel, and this is a very good shovel in the garden. So where did you find that?
Outside of Toronto at a botanical garden.
Yeah, it's such a lovely, lovely decoration, and with the dragonfly and also with the ring gauge.
Yes,
Not only it's decorative, it has a function in the garden.
yes,
This is a summer sweet,
yes.
which is very, very fragrant
Exactly.
when they bloom. Maybe late summer or midsummer.
In a little while, in another couple of weeks, it should be blooming.
Yeah.
Usually by the end of the month.
So now we are reaching the end of the huge mixed border along the sidewalk. This must be maybe 200 feet-ish.
It's about 100.
100.
Yeah.
I feel like 200 because you have so many planting. There's so many things going on, and it's just so striking. So
Thank
now
you.
let's go into the backyard garden. So we see more than a few container planting, coleus. What is the other one?
It's a dahlia.
Dahlia. Okay, this must be the large variety.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and you have the sweet shrub.
Yes.
Yeah. The flower lasts quite long.
It does. Once it starts blooming, it pretty much goes all summer.
Very nice. And on the other side, we have butterfly bush combination. This must be more than one
Yes.
variety.
Came from QVC, and it has three colors in it: purple,
Okay.
pink, and white.
Yeah, how nice.
and another dahlia.
Let's take a look at the pond. I always tell people you can grow canna lily in water. They are essentially a water plant, and they will be quite happy growing in the water. Yeah, you have this nice pond with the fountain. Is this the one from the garden art sale?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is one of the very popular items in the garden art sale by Gardens Buffalo Niagara, which usually happen at the end of June.
Yes, and the leaves are separate from the feet, so in the wintertime we just turn them over, and they said then they'll look like snow mushroom.
Okay, let's take a look at the backyard area. I know you have some very nice planting on the deck.
Okay.
So here on the deck, we have a huge amount of containers, including hanging basket. What I particularly like is this combination. So it's very simple. It's dragonwing.
Dragonwing begonia and a euphorbia.
So it's just two varieties.
Yes.
But they are very low maintenance.
Yes.
They are very adaptable to the sun and moisture level.
Yes.
So they will perform. They'll keep performing.
Yes. And I've done this combination for a number of years. The first time I did it, I wasn't really sure that I liked it. I'm still not really sure that I liked
it's
it.
very
but
lovely.
everybody comments how much they like it, so I keep doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have to point out this diamond frost euphorbia. So the white petal you're looking at, they are not the true petal. They are the bracket.
Yes.
And exactly because of this reason, they stay in this color throughout the summer.
Yeah.
You have some of the hosta in container as well as the Rex begonia.
Yes.
Yeah, they enjoy the shade, and even though they don't provide a lot of flower, the texture and the pattern of the leaf just brings so much interest.
I love when I get the tipping plant planted. I hate to put it together. It's very much a pain.
Okay.
But it always looks really beautiful once it's done.
So you mean how the container was set up?
Yes.
Oh yeah, let's take a closer
So
look.
it's like three with two tipping to one side.
So there's a center rod
like
holding it
where
in
that
place.
metal part goes all the way down.
Yeah, it's lovely.
And I've done this combination for a number of years now, and it seems to really work.
And you have some really, really lovely and huge fuchsia.
And they are surprisingly cold hardy. I always thought they were very delicate and wouldn't like the frost, but they are surprisingly cold hardy. And so it's something that's around late in the season when the hummingbirds are looking for something.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. We have to think about providing food source and nectar for birds and the pollinators, not just in the summer, later in season. That is more crucial to their survival.
Exactly.